I'm Simon Shapiro, and this is SingOut, SpeakOut. A big warm welcome to everyone joining me for this edition of SingOut, SpeakOut. I want to say thank you. I know it's only been 4 episodes, but the audience has grown in numbers each week, and that's thanks to you. If you are one of the people who has tuned in for each episode or several episodes, then you are part of the heart that is beating this out. And if you've just joined today or last week, then you are one of the reasons why it's growing. So I am humbly grateful to anyone who chooses to give me 10 minutes of your time, whether that's this week, last week, or in the future. And that makes me really excited to want to make the show the best it can be and to deliver something of value and meaning. So today's show, the title of the show and the song is Anything to Anyone. And that's a really significant song for me for a couple of reasons. Firstly, back in 2007, it won the Australian Songwriters Association Song of the Year. That was a particularly validating point for me. Up to then, I was maybe thinking I was delusional or could be delusional. Maybe no one got what I was about. So then all of a sudden to win a national award that wasn't just one person's opinion, it was a panel of industry people. They all decided this song out of thousands was the winner. That made me think, okay, maybe I'm not delusional. I didn't think, here I go, now I'm going to be the biggest songwriter in the world. But it made me think, okay, I might have something to work from. Something about this song that I did worked in a way, and I can build from that. And that was a real confidence builder for me. It was a lot easier for me to send emails or make phone calls to people, being able to say award-winning songwriter. It's amazing just a little thing like that can increase the percentage of people who actually get back to you or actually read the email. It doesn't necessarily turn the opportunity into something magic, but it creates more opportunities. It also allowed people who did believe in me to probably have confidence to put me forward for things. I think people sometimes, they may believe in you, but they don't always put you forward for something because they don't have the evidence, they're not confident. It may backfire on them if things don't go so well. So it was big for me to have that. But the bigger reason this song is important to me is because what it's about. And essentially, it was my theme song. The song is about the biggest identity myth that I carried for so long. And that is that my self-worth was mostly dependent on what other people thought of me. So I felt like I had to provide for other people. I felt like I was the character in this song who is a reluctant acrobat, someone who bends over backwards to try and please people. Now, I don't actually think that it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a human weakness to seek approval, to want to be valued, to want acceptance. We are communal animals. We're social creatures. But, I'm not a trained psychologist, but I did study psychology at university and I've read a lot about it since as well. And I do think there are 2 basic ways that we develop an opinion of ourselves. And the first is what the outside world is telling us. Obviously when we're growing up, our parents, our siblings, our teachers and whoever else, and then our peers. But then there's also what we tell ourselves. We provide feedback to ourselves. And those 2 ways determine what we think about ourselves. And in my case, and I know I'm not the only person to have this, it was probably heavily imbalanced in the favor of what feedback I was getting from the outside world. So if people were telling me I'm clumsy or lazy or funny, then that's what I believe. So you end up chasing those things for validation. And I was relying very little on what I was telling myself about myself. And so that meant, if I had an agenda, if I had something I wanted to do, it would easily be replaced by something that was more important, which is what somebody else wanted me to do. Because that's how I saw my identity, as fitting in with other people's opinion of how I should be. So for me, it took me years to realize the way to fix that was to build up the weak side, not to ignore the other side, because we should still feel like we want to belong, we want approval, we want acceptance, but it's got to be balanced with this opinion of ourselves that is also positive. So, I don't need to stop being an acrobat I just needed to start doing the tricks that I like doing. That's what it comes down to. I still want to be of service and of value. I still want to be validated by people who I care about. But I want to be valued and I want to be serving the things that are important to me, not the things I believed they wanted me to be giving. So that makes me happy that I'm giving what I want to give, but also I think it's going to be of greater value to people because I care about it more. It's not just about pleasing them or trying to wonder what it is I might do to fit in with their plan for me. And they don't have a conscious plan for me. It's just that it's a law of nature. When there's an empty space, something will look to fill it. So if I've got a vague plan for my life, it might seem really concrete to me, but because I don't believe in myself, there's always that opportunity for something else to just come in and knock it out of the way and take its place. And I'm not doing that anymore, and it's really exciting. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to sing out and speak out, and I hope that I'm encouraging you to sing out and speak out as well. It's not one-sided thing. Please leave me a comment. I've had lots of great comments personally from people, but leave a comment on the page, or like, share, or anything like that you feel like you want to do. But otherwise, thank you so much for being part of this. It's not just me venting or sharing. I actually want your feedback because that will determine what I do next week. So what I'm going to do now is play for you my song, Anything to Anyone. And I hope it means something to you. To all reluctant acrobats, pushovers and frontal mats, searching for a way out of abuse. You wonder why you're feeling used. You break your back before refuse. You've been exploited and exposed. Change the world but not your clothes. Now you really need somebody's help. Trying to please everyone else. You saved the world but lost yourself. You're not gonna be anything to anyone while you're still trying to be everything to everyone. I'm saying nothing new, but it's not getting through to you. Status quo is status wrong. I'm wondering, will you drown or will you float? But you don't wanna rock that boat. You drift to sea and stay afloat. You better rock the boat, 'cause you're not gonna be anything to anyone while you're still trying to be everything to everyone. I'm saying nothing new, but it's not getting through to you. The will to change will come along when status quo is status wrong. Will you drown or will you float? Sink at sea or stay afloat? Not gonna be, you're not gonna be anything to anyone while you're still trying to be everything to everyone. I'm saying nothing new, but it's not getting through. Reaching out my hand, but it's not reaching you to make you understand. There's nothing I can do. saying to everyone, you're never gonna be anything to anyone.
To all reluctant acrobats, pushovers and front door mats, searching